Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I know you're probably all wondering, wait a minute, Brannon said that he would see us next year. Well, not so fast. I've got so many products to review, I'm just simply not going to have enough time if I gap them that far in advance. That being said, I hope everybody had a very Merry Christmas. I hope everybody received everything they asked for from Santa, as I know for a fact, none of my followers got any coal this year. But before we get started, this is the part where us content creators like to offer you our services, such as subscriptions, likes, and shares. Now, for those that have never met me before, I do apologize in advance. I definitely don't mean to scare you away. My name is Brannon No, and I love to do tech reviews of the latest and greatest, and even silly, goofy-ass blogs. So if any of that seems to spark your interest, and if you are brave enough, I encourage you take that first step. Hit my subscribe button, hit the bell, hit all, and you guys will be on your way in receiving all the content that yours truly provides for you. All right, let's get on with the review, shall we? As you read in the title, we're covering security cameras today, and Reolink has reached out to me with their ARTLIST PT, which is a 355-degree angled security camera, along with a solar panel that's going to power this thing up. How cool is that? And speaking of cool, I've actually had this camera in my possession for a couple of weeks now, but I had other obligations to other companies. And I'm really dreading getting my butt out there in the cold to install this thing. But no worries, we'll get out there and get her done. All right, I saved you guys the trouble of watching me install this thing because there was a couple different spots that I thought I wanted to use, and I ended up with a different spot, and I didn't want to have to just go with all these different spots of mounting this. And let me tell you, it is one of the easiest things about this camera is the actual install. They actually give you some screws and some anchors, but I chose not to use either or because it was just easier for me to put my own screws in, and that's what I ended up doing. However, I did get myself out there this morning and take them off the mounts so you guys can see these a little bit closer on the upper camera. So let's go ahead and do that. So right away, obviously, when you open up the box, you're going to be presented with this Be Prepared, Be Reolink, and very cool. You open up the pamphlet and they give you a sticker that you can put in your window, letting all the burglars know that you are armed. Personally, I wouldn't use a sticker like this because I like to catch the person by surprise. I don't want them to know what I'm using. Then you get this little template to mount the bracket. Believe me, you don't need it. Then you get the quick start guide, which you will definitely use this. It explains how to get your Reolink app for either the Android or the iOS Apple. All in all, it was very simple to connect. All you have to do is follow the step-by-step instructions in the manual and you'll be on your way. So this is the ARTLIST PT by Reolink. And the PT actually stands for pan and tilt, but it doesn't just stop there. There's actually a Z at the end of the PT, and that is PTZ for zoom, and I will show you guys that a little bit later in the video. But as far as that goes, the pan is 355 degrees and the tilt is 140 degrees. So the coverage of that, folks, is going to be more than enough for a security camera. Now you may be wondering why the Reolink is upside down. That is because the camera is meant to go this way. However, they do have an option in here that you can flip and then you can use it this way. So the nice part about this is its mobility. Mobility. Is that even a word? The nice part is it's completely wireless. Now, of course, it does come with the cord to charge it. However, if you get the solar panel with this package, you're going to be set unless there was no such thing as the sun anymore. So looking around the base of the camera, this is where you're going to put the antenna that was included. So if you're holding it upright, it's going to go up like this. And if you put it down, you obviously would flip it around and hold it like that. So you flip this little latch out here, and that is where your micro USB is. And two things can plug into this. Obviously the cable that comes with it to charge it by itself, or you have the micro USB connected to the solar panel. It also has this rubber grommet that will seal right in. Let me show you how that goes in. Oh, and by the way, they give you plenty of lead to find that perfect sunny spot. You move the flap out of the way, you plug in the micro USB, and then you slide the rubber grommet in, and there you go, nice and sealed. All right, and moving directly up is the on-off switch, and that is what you're going to power the camera on and off with. And taking the camera and rotating it all the way up, you're gonna see where the micro SD goes. And yes, folks, this actually takes a micro SD card, which I kind of dig because you don't actually have to subscribe to anything to get this thing to work. You can use your own personal mini SD card, and that is right here. Now they say that a 16 gig max or a 64 gig max, this is 128 gig that I found laying around, and I used it and it works just fine. So it's really up to you on what kind of SD card you want to use. I'll go ahead and leave a couple different ideas down for you in the description below. All right, you're going to stick this in and you're going to make sure the brass fitting is facing towards the camera lens. Now I don't have long nails, so I use this little flat bit screwdriver and it works wonders. And there you go, it's in. And again, it's another rubber seal. You just make sure it's all nice and tight and you're good to go. Here's where the microphone is, and that is a pretty cool feature as well. You're able to talk through this to other people. They can talk to you and you can hear what's going on. And that's another nice feature to have on a security camera, believe me. All right, let's go ahead and get this back up there on the mount and I will show you all the features and how this works. That's where I have it mounted, is the top corner of the house, which I think is going to be good for, you know, being able to get the side of the driveway and the front all the way to the front of the house, which is going to be fantastic. And what I ended up doing was mounting the solar panel quite close to the actual camera. And all I did was just tape up a little bit of the cable, and then I also wrapped it around just for now. But I think I'm going to clean it up a little bit better than what I did. This is just for, obviously for you guys, for all intents and purposes. This is all adjustable on which way you want to aim it, where the sun is coming from. So being able to rotate, pan, tilt, zoom is quite a nice feature to have on a security camera for sure. So we're able to go around 355 degrees and also 140 degrees down. Look at that. How cool is that? And as you can see where I mounted it, it gets quite a bit of drips there, but as far as this being weather sealed and everything, I'm not going to worry about it. So as you rotate it around, and this is a feature that's going to be on your phone app, not the computer, I noticed, is the zoom effect. All right, centering me, and then you're pinched to zoom, so I can bring you right into the camera, and I can also move it around to see exactly what I'm looking at. Very cool. And then you just tap it, and you're back to normal again. So. All right, once you have downloaded the reolink and put it where you want it on your phone, go ahead and click on it. Now it's going to obviously connect right away to the camera once you have that all installed, but we're going to skip that for just a second because I want to show you how to set up some of the features that might be important to you. So you go ahead and hit the arrow down and you come over here and you hit settings. Now it's going to give you the name of your camera. You're going to have the percentage of your battery, what kind of network you're going. Now you can either go with the Wi-Fi or your own data through your phone. And then you have display, you click on the arrow, and now this is what I was talking about earlier in the video where you can set the camera up the other way and you click on this and it will rotate it. So very nice feature to have. You have day or night and auto, so you can do black and white, which if we click that right now, it's just going to be in black and white all the time. Or you can do color, which will be in color all the time and at night, or you can do auto. So basically you'll have color in the daytime, black and white at night. That's what I've chose to use. Then you have date. Now this is just putting your top left if you want to have the date and time, everything. You can put it wherever you want. You can hide it however you want to do it. Watermark, if you turn watermark on, you're going to have the reolink come on. Turn that off. Privacy mask. Now this is pretty cool. What they're telling you is that, say I didn't want to record what's in my window right here. So I would hit and drag a box over and then you can move it and do that. And now you have a privacy setting. Very nice feature to have. Okay, and then you have Pir Motion Sensors. It'll try to notify you via push notification, email alerts, and alarm sounds. So basically, when the camera picks up motion, it will record. You have a couple other sensitivity settings in this. You can set a schedule, which is cool. Say the neighbor across the street has a son that's in a garage band and they always practice on Tuesdays at 5 p.m. and you don't want this thing going off, so you can set the sensitivity to not go off every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Then you have the sensitivity setting, which they're going to explain to you. And it's nice. You're going to notice right away that Reolink has put a lot of effort into their app and explaining everything that needs to be explained to you. So it's very cut and dry, very easy. They're going to say camera at higher sensitivity detects every small change in the field of view, such as sneaky person at a distance. I have mine set at high at 67. You have medium at 55, low, and so forth. I've been keeping mine around high at 68, 67. It's just above the medium. It seems to be working just fine for me. Then you have a toggle that you can turn on that says reduce false alarms. So basically, if you have received frequent alarms by waving objects within monitoring zones, please enable to reduce false alarms. So it's something that might go off a lot in your neighborhood or wherever you have this camera set. You can turn this on and it will definitely try to avoid those false alarms for you. All right, going back out of this, then you have a toggle for your siren. You can turn it on. You can make your own custom sound. It's going to ask you to do the default sound, make your own custom sound. I was actually considering recording the old lady from Every Which Way But Loose.
Get off my porch!
Camera recording is on, so yes, of course you want your camera to record. Why wouldn't you? That's the whole idea of catching people in the act. Now, post-motion recording duration. This is kind of important. It's basically up to you on how long you want the Reolink to record once it picks up motion. So you can do 8 seconds, 15 seconds, or even 30 seconds of recording. I picked the happy medium and went with 15 seconds. Then you have email alerts, and you can sign up now. Email alerts are fine. It's gonna flood your phone. Every time this thing goes off, it's gonna let you know with an email that it went off. Siren on or off? Turn off. We're gonna go ahead and turn the siren off because you can actually physically push it if you want to at the given time. Then you have the QR code, which is great. You can use it for your family. They can take a picture of it. They'll be added to the app, and then they're able to also look at the camera as well. So there we are. We're connected to the front porch, and here's what I really love. As you flip it, it will turn into landscape. Great. Get a nice big picture. Not only can you see this on your phone, but you can also see it on your computer or your TV. It's pretty sweet. And if you have more Reolink cameras, you're able to split them and put them on the screen as well. You can really get James Bond with this thing. So right away, I like using the volume control. You go ahead and click on this and you click that. So now we're able to hear what's going on outside. I apologize in advance. My neighbor across the street has an American flagpole going and it clangs against the pole all day long. And perfect. Here comes a car. Now, as you saw, it did not alert me, which is good because I don't want every time a car goes passing by to alert me. I want it if something's going to walk in front of the camera closer, somebody going to my doorstep, and things like that. All right, so you go ahead and tap the screen and it brings up these other functions. And you have a play and pause, a camera to take a picture of what's going on, video recording that you can record right away. And then you have low. Now low is either fluent or 1080p. 1080p will put you in a better picture, but I noticed it lags a heck of a lot more and it uses a lot more juice out of this thing. So I'm definitely staying with fluent. Even the picture at fluent does just fine, and that's where we're going to keep it. All right, let's get into the fun now. Here is the PTZ. So we're able to, like I said earlier, zoom, and there's where you can actually zoom in, take a look at the porch, move it around, double tap, and you're out. Then you have your pan and tilt. If you want to go straight up, you just hold it up, and there we go. We're going up. If you want to go down, you hold it down. It takes a minute to register, mind you. It is a piece of technology here. Now we're going to go ahead and take that horizontally, and we're able to see all in the front. Now keep in mind, unfortunately, this will not pan and tilt on motion. So you have to physically move this. So where you keep this camera is where it will be set to record any motion. So just bear that in mind. The nice part about being able to pan and tilt is once maybe something sets this off and you want to get a closer look, or you want to follow somebody. Maybe you want to follow that guy that's been walking his dog every day, shitting on your lawn. Yeah. You want to catch him? You're going to catch him on this. So here's a couple other cool functions that you might like. Like I said earlier, you can go ahead and hit the siren off right off the bat, just like a panic button. And there you go. So that will sound off, and it's quite loud. It's not bad at all. Then you also can talk. Get off my porch! Get off my porch! Pretty cool. All right, I'm going to go out there and grab the micro SD card out of this, and we'll see what we actually recorded throughout the day and night. Upon looking at the footage, there really wasn't anything to really majorly tell you about. In fact, it was quite quiet last night, which is nice. So I think I have the sensitivity set just where I want. I'm sure there's a lot of critters that go back and forth, because I know my cat goes crazy at the window. My dog goes crazy at the window at night sometimes. What I'm really trying to catch is people doing what they shouldn't, trying to keep the honest people honest. But as far as that goes, I'm not going to deprive you of a few things I did manage to capture. Like my garbage men. Or this guy. Or how about this one? Yeah. My daughter. Now, you guys know how I love to do pros and cons on the tech reviews that I do, but unfortunately we're going to skip that on today's review because I've never had an actual security camera to compare it to other than the reolink that was sent out to me. Now, although I am not sponsored or endorsed through reolink, they merely send me the product and I did you guys the review. Bada boom, bada bing. Other than that, wait a minute. Actually, it's bada bing, bada boom. Well, I like bada boom, bada bing. Does it really matter? I don't think so. Before I go and recommend this to you guys, I can definitely give you some pluses and minuses. Pluses would have to be a security camera that pan, tilts, and zooms. That is phenomenal. Very fun to play with. In fact, my wife was trying to kick me off my phone the other day because I couldn't stop watching it. In fact, I think I was starting to drain the battery on this thing. Yeah, you can drain the battery if you watch it live all the time. Another positive would be the clarity of this of day and night. Nice full color, 1080p. You have 6 infrared sensors that give you night vision. It's just an all-in-all solid build, and I think it's definitely going to withstand the weather and time that it will be out in the wild. All right, let's cover a couple negatives. And one of the negatives I would say is the external antenna. And by saying external rather than internal, I think by now in this day and age, you can definitely, in fact, I've heard that reolink has made other cameras with an internal antenna. And this definitely, I believe, needs to have an internal antenna. Maybe because it's a pan and tilt, they need that extra sensitivity for it to reach. I'm not sure. Another negative would be maybe the connectivity to this. I did have a couple times where it failed and I had to hit it more than once to get it to connect, but it wasn't a major issue. Obviously not a deal breaker for sure. So all in all, it's a solid camera, and being my first camera, I guess I could call myself pretty spoiled because I would definitely 100% recommend this to you guys. It's at a pretty decent price. I would definitely recommend the solar panel package, and I will be sure to leave you an affiliate link down in my description below and where you can pick up one of these bad boys. Definitely recommend the solar panel because it will keep it charged and you don't have to worry. Now, mind you, if you do not get the package with the solar panel, if you don't want to be hassled with that of mounting it and having more stuff on your house, you can charge this. I believe it takes about 30 days. And you can always look at it in the app to see where you're at. And then you just pull it down, stick it in the house for a day, plug it in to your micro USB and charge it, and you're good to go. All right, guys, I think I've covered pretty much everything I need to cover on this. Obviously, if you guys have any questions regarding this review today, or any questions on the reolink camera, or any questions that may even tickle your fancy, don't hesitate to drop me a comment down below, and I will most certainly try to get back to you as soon as possible. So officially, this will be my last video of the year, I promise, because I haven't even got started on the others that I need to. I got so many coming up your way. So the new year is definitely going to be full of tech reviews. And yes, folks, I do have earbuds coming next, and I have a few other ideas as well. So that being said, why don't we go ahead and open the last fortune cookie of the year. Yeah, most likely it's going to be stale. Oh, it's already broken. Nice. Well, there you go. There's that wonderful fortune. Oh man, I'm making a mess all over my desk. Okay. Last fortune of the year says, be persistent in pursuing the goals in your life. Wow, what a way to go out. That's like going out with a bang, don't you think? Awesome. Guys, don't forget to like and share the video as it helps my channel grow. Let's get that 6,000. We're very, very close. And until then, I promise, I'll be seeing you next year.